Brain implants are about the newest and most innovative technology in the world right now. Big tech corporations are currently exploring this new innovation and tapping into the possibilities and benefits embedded in the technology of brain implants and brain-computer interfaces. These implants can greatly improve our capabilities as humans, and if you drive, for instance, a brain implant can enhance your senses and help you remember every route in the world. Despite the progress that's been achieved with brain implants, the possibilities remain wide-ranging. In this video, we've detailed the science behind brain implants, the progress made so far in brain implant technology, as well as the potential it holds for us as humans in the realm of innovation and technology. Brain implants are devices that are injected into the body or inserted via a surgical procedure to specifically interact with human neurons. This might sound like a whole lot of jargon, but just hang on as we break it down. You see, our neurons are simply cells that communicate by sending electrical impulses in the body. These responses vary in pattern like a Morse code. Brain implants, on the other hand, are usually electrodes that, when inserted into the body, meet tissues that contain neurons and start an interactive process. These implants are usually capable of recording native neural activities, which helps researchers and scientists to learn and observe certain distinct patterns by which the body's neural circuits communicate. These implants are now also capable of sending pulses of electricity to neurons to override or make neurons communicate differently. With brain implants, scientists are now able to hack and better understand a very complex part of the human body system, the nervous system. This is now possible using a special procedure known as a neuromodulation, bioelectronics, or electrocuticles. Interventions involving neuroimplant research possess the potential of becoming a great tool and solution to many health-related problems. The nervous system controls various functions in the body ranging from thinking, seeing, hearing, feeling, moving, urinating, and a lot of other involuntary processes, including organ function and the body's immune systems. With brain implant technology, it's now possible to enhance the performance of the nervous system through specially developed neural implants. These advancements in brain implant technology has essentially made it a special area of interest to an increasing number of researchers and scientists. While all of these might still seem impossible and sound like some science fiction film, neural implants have in fact held the potential to change how our brain works many years from a very long time. Presently, brain implants are now being used to treat diseases, improve memory, rehabilitate the body after injury, and communicate with prosthetic limbs. The possibilities are endless. The US Department of Defense and the US National Institutes of Health have invested millions of dollars in this sector, and there are also private corporations that are heavily investing in the prospects of neural implants. The most widely accepted and common clinical use of neural implants over the last decade has been in a treatment called deep brain stimulation, or DBS. This therapy involves the surgical insertion of electrodes deep into the brain, where they are required to stimulate specific parts of the brain to reduce the symptoms of various brain-based disorders. In 1997, the United States Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, approved the use of deep brain stimulation for essential tremors, and since then, the FDA and other global regulators have approved the same procedure for Parkinson's syndrome, dystonia, tinnitus, epilepsy, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and neuropathic pain. DBS is also being considered and tested as an alternative treatment option for Tourette's syndrome and psychiatric disorders. It's reported that over 150,000 people globally have received a DBS implant. Many researchers have also invested time and effort into manipulating the vagus nerve using neural implants. You see, the vagus nerve connects most of our primary organs to the stem of the brain, and researchers are using this medium to combat heart failure, stroke, rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, epilepsy, type 2 diabetes, obesity, depression, migraines, and a whole number of other diseases. In a series of clinical tests in 2018, patients who had been paralyzed due to spinal cord injuries were able to walk on their feet again with the help of spinal stimulation. Some of the most groundbreaking experiments involving neural implants have come with the stimulation of the spinal cord, also known as epidural stimulation. This treatment helped enable a handful of people with paralysis in their lower body to either move, stand, or shoot, even walk a short distance for the first time without sustaining spinal injuries. Another captivating aspect of neuromodulation research is the mind-controlled prosthesis and brain-computer interface, or BCI. These systems enable patients who lack mobility in their arms and legs to control robotic hands, arms, and legs in rudimentary ways using only their thoughts. This can be accomplished through neural implants placed in the brain or region above the amputation. Some of these robotic limbs can also provide sensory feedback by stimulating nerves just above the amputated region, giving the user a sense of what he or she is touching. Researchers have also successfully enhanced people's memory capability for specific tasks by stimulating certain areas of the brain in precise ways. Quadriplegic individuals with brain implants have also been able to operate computers and type sentences using only their thoughts. Algorithms that can determine a person's mood based on their brain activities have also been developed, and a couple of tech companies have now successfully created implants that are capable of correcting neural communication between the brain and the eyes. For context, Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, planned to synchronize artificial intelligence with the human brain using neural implants. The company had a macaque monkey named Pager implanted with the device, and it allowed the monkey to play Pong on a computer screen using only its thoughts. The process involved scientists transmitting data from a device with 1,024 electrodes in both the left and right motor cortex of the monkey's brain. BCIs are fast advancing at a remarkable rate and hold great potential to change medicine and many other fields. There's evidence of several devices using BCIs that are getting closer to commercial viability. Although there have been remarkable advances in the field of BCIs, dealing with the physical and physiological constraints imposed by the human cranium is a daunting task. Scientists need to make sure that the brain implants are biocompatible, flexible, and resistant to causing damage to the brain, because biocompatible electronic systems that can operate in a safe, stable fashion while immersed in cerebrospinal fluid can be extremely difficult to build. Neural implants have also been found to have the potential of solving even more complex health problems. An example would be visual and auditory impairments. Hearing and vision are primarily based on an extremely specific and narrow set of neurons that researchers are always cautious of tampering. Also, tackling conditions like dementia, addiction, and depression can be exceedingly difficult, but implants are now being developed to tackle even these more complex conditions. These conditions typically require more sophisticated research and understanding of the brain, as well as advanced technology. While most people view brain implants as a form of mind control tool that the government and big corporations are seeking to exploit, this has been very far from the case. The ethics and operational codes surrounding the advancement of BCIs are as such more stringent. Questions about who will have access to the technology, if implants that improve the brain's functions are made and people who would like to receive them, have arisen. These are speculations and the fear of authoritarian governments hijacking the technology and using it to control the thoughts and actions of their citizens. Although the possibility of total mind control is still far from being achieved, experiments with animals have confirmed the possibility of pairing and unpairing animal groups by simply modulating their brain activity using cellular-scale light-emitting diodes, or LEDs, and other types of genetic modifications to the neurons. On one hand, it is possible to reprogram a person's brain at least partially after a stroke or an episode of dementia. But on the other hand, it's not difficult to imagine the possibility of a government brain hacker wishing to control individuals' impulses. According to a study, researchers reprogrammed a patient's brain to love a certain type of music that the patient originally disliked while the neural device was on. But when the neural implant was turned off, the patient returned to not having any interest in the music. So there is still the risk of mind control. There are no obvious answers as to what risks brain implants might pose in the future. But like all technologies, it is evident that brain implants will provide enormous benefits for us and amplify the risks of their misuse and abuse. Meanwhile, many researchers believe and are optimistic that within 10 to 15 years, brain implants could eradicate the problems associated with countless neurological conditions, and the technology will have a significant effect on the quality of people's life.